Probably a news chopper, huh?
This afternoon at approximately 3:45, 3:50 time frame, we had an incident occurred in the Walmart parking lot, South Kitsap Walmart, directly behind me. This involved 3 Kitsap County Sheriff's deputies. They responded to a suspicious person call called in by a bystander who had concerns about a person who was inside the store and in and around the store. Deputies arrived. They went to make contact with the individual. He ran away. As he was running away, he turned around and fired at the deputies. Deputies returned fire. What we have now is an incident with 2 deputies who are injured. They have been taken to Tacoma General Hospital. From what we understand, their injuries are considered non-life-threatening. We have a suspect, age unknown, name unknown, who is deceased at the scene. We also have a female, unknown age, but believed to be a teenage person, but again, unconfirmed, who was injured in this gunfight. She was transported to Tacoma General Hospital as well, and we understand from reports from Tacoma that she has since died, unfortunately. Right now, this is a situation that's going to be handled under the purview of the Washington State Patrol. They will take over lead investigation. We have asked for and received assistance and are receiving assistance from the FBI. And the situation is somewhat chaotic, but we have got the situation stabilized. There is no danger to the community at this point in time, and we think that all persons who were involved in this situation have been accounted for.
So to be clear, you have 2 deceased then, 1 here in the parking lot, 1 at Tacoma General?
That's correct, Chris.
And 2 injured officers.
And 2 injured deputies, and the 3rd deputy is uninjured.
Can you say anything about what happened inside the store besides what you already said?
No, it was a suspicious person call. The basis for the suspicious person call is unknown to me right now.
Okay.
That's being debriefed by detectives with the person who made the call to 911.
Is there any connection between the bystander and the suspect, or did she just happen to be a bystander, or was?
We don't know what the connection is between the deceased female right now and.
You don't know that she's a suspect. She could have been a bystander, could have been a suspect.
We don't know what the connection is.
Okay.
Where did the shooting happen, Scott? Was it all outside the store?
Outside the store, just to the south of the main store entrance.
How many rounds were fired by the suspect? How many by your deputies?
That is information that I couldn't begin to tell you right now. That'll all be accounted for, hopefully, at some point in time during the course of the investigation with Washington State Patrol Crime Scene. They will hopefully be able to account for every single round that was fired.
We've heard that there was some reports that this was a domestic, that the shooter came here and was looking for someone specific. Is there anything to that?
Can't confirm that right now, James, and hopefully that'll all come out later on when the State Patrol starts their very detailed investigation.
Was the female armed?
I don't know.
Was he inside the store when the call came?
That is unknown to me right now. Again, this situation is all very, very fluid and somewhat chaotic with the number of calls that came into 911. So we have to wait until our detectives and those from the State Patrol are able to sort out the situation and establish a timeline and who was involved and who did what.
What can you tell us about your injured deputies? Who they are, how many years of experience?
I can tell you that they all have more than between 5 and 10 years of experience with our agency. Some have had prior experience with other agencies.
Is this typical to have 3 responding to 1 incident of a suspicious person?
When we're dealing with situations that are unknown, an unknown problem, we're not going to send just 1 officer if at all possible. But we're in a situation where we are very lean in our manning, extremely lean. And having 3 officers on scene for this event was actually somewhat rare because usually they're tied up in other incidents or details going on throughout the county.
Do you guys have surveillance video since it happened outside the store?
I don't know the answer to that right now.
Do the cars have cameras?
Negative. We don't have in-dash cameras on our patrol cars.
Did they have to evacuate the people out of the store?
From what I understand, the store went into lockdown. That means everybody was kept in place until they were released by responding deputies and other emergency responders.
Just to be clear, that he was outside the store when the deputies contacted him, correct?
Yes, he was.
And when the call came in, was there any mention of a weapon?
I don't know.
Okay.
Do you know the time between the first contact and when that person turned around, like you said, and shot?
Very short, Chris. It would probably, and I can get back to you later on that, guys, but I would say it was within a matter of minutes.
So the deputies responded, and the suspect saw the deputies, and ran from the deputies.
That's correct. based on the best information that I'm able to glean right now.
He saw them and thought that they were after him.
They called to him, said, "Hey, we need to talk to you." He turned around and shot at them. They returned fire.
And that was in a parking lot.
That was in the parking lot.